Hey guys, gr0bbs back again with another update for the Poison BV character. Let's talk about survivability and cluster jewels because we've got quite a few questions being thrown our way about that. Now everything I do here today will be on the forum guide, POB, and on the stream. I'll talk about it tonight on the stream, so please follow those. Please subscribe to the YouTube below. Helps me a lot, helps me be able to help you guys better. I appreciate you all for playing the build. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to run a tier 16 plateau map, nothing hectic beyond enfeeble, so it's not great, but it's not awful. And show you what we need to do to stay alive on this build. Bear in mind, guys, every now and again you're going to get one hit on this build. It doesn't have to happen all the time, so people that message me going, I die non-stop, that's you needing to get better. That's not the build being bad. I've gone from level 88 to 92 on a character in the previous league, doing tier 16s, not dying once. To be fair, I did play fairly safe, but you can still level up with this character. You do die time to time with Delirium because of the volatiles and stuff, but they're patching that tonight, so hopefully that's better. But essentially, I'm going to try to talk over while I'm trying to focus and play, but we have to keep moving. So make sure your buffs are up, make sure you've got your Flesh and Stone, make sure you've got Plague Bearer if you want to run it, Stone Golem if you're using it. Other than that, Withering Scepter on left click, make sure we're always elusive or as much as possible. Get your Blood Rage up, make sure you have BV stacks, and from now, this point onwards in the map, we piano our flasks and we can't stop moving. If we stop moving, we die. So once I've cleared a pack like that, then I can quickly refresh my BV, and then I have to keep moving again. Refresh my BV, run. Refresh my BV, run. We learn the timings. As you play the build more, you can learn the timings. Like this, you can learn, okay, now I know I've still got BV up, still got BV up. Okay, I'm going to click now. That refreshes my timing, refresh my flasks, keep moving. Hit the packs once, don't refresh in the middle of a pack. Here, I'll refresh my BV. I'm trying to talk to you guys through it as I'm doing it. It's obviously going to be a little bit scuffed because I'm trying to focus and not die, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of this video. But you can absolutely play this build, T16s, doing Delirium maps, stuff like that, and you cannot die. If you do die, most of the time it is your fault. And it's the same with me. When I die, most of the time, because I've messed something up. You just got to make sure we keep moving, hit packs once, refresh when we're in a safe spot, get out of little slows and stuff like that, like this, run, run, run. I know that's scary, I can't stay there. Can't stay here, gonna backtrack, refresh BV, go through them again. If we have stacks of BV up, things die so flippin' quick that we're not gonna die. Oh, beyond. Okay, so here I'd throw a Vaal BV out just to help me a little bit because it is a little bit scary. So generally you don't want to pop your Vaal BV like that if you're about to fight a boss, but I thought I was gonna die there. So let's just clear a little bit more, get our flasks up, get our Vaal BV charges up again. Alright. Now, for the bosses, I'm going to try to do this with Delirium. Obviously, it's a little bit scary. Leave a portal here. But what we need to do is we need to pop our totems. We can't stop moving here. We cannot stop moving here. We have to pop everything. So I'll keep moving until I've killed all the Delirium mobs. Now, I will put my totems down. I will try to burn the boss as fast as possible, get away from him, and that's it. So as you can see, we can do... Any good loot? No. We can do tier 16s with Delirium, with low life pool. I do have some decent gear by now. I've got the base items we need. I still don't have endgame gear by any means. I could still double my damage output and I could still add 1,000 life to this build pretty comfortably. But as long as you keep the game style up of keeping your flasks full, keeping your Blade Vortex stacks high and moving, we are super safe. Like I said, the volatiles might kill you. That's being fixed tonight. It is pretty broken. They're not balanced. That they know they're broken. So if you die to them, which is pretty much the only thing I'm dying to at this stage, that's not your fault. It happens. Okay, now let's talk Plaster Jewels. Let me get my POB up so I can show you guys a bit better. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So I'm updating the POB. Well, I've already updated the POB. There's going to be a new POB in the forum guide, and in my stream, if you type !POB, there's going to be an update. We've done all the math. I've done all the looks on the POB. I've had a few people in my Discord help me as well, which has been awesome. But essentially, this is the order we want them in. So obviously we start with the large cluster over here. We need the one with 12% increased chaos damage as the base. And we want 8 passives. We want the least amount of passives here because 12% increases isn't very much. So we want least traveling. It needs to be item level 75. It has to be item level 75. If it isn't, you can't get that 2 added passive thing on it. it has to be eye level 75, okay? Now, let me just make sure it's here so it's not off your screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, the most important out of every single large cluster node is Overwhelming Malice. This allows us to drop Sin's Rebirth, the flask, which means we can run at series, which is more leech, more damage, better survivability, and we always have Unholy Might, even without our flask up in the past. This node is absolutely priority number one. Tied for priority number one would be 2 sockets. You need 2 sockets, and then the next priority would be Grim Oath, which just gives us a lot of flat damage, and then the last priority would be Wicked, which gives us just a bit of damage but good duration, which is just quality of life. So if you had to choose 2, so right now I only have Overwhelming, Grim Oath, and 2. That's fine. Now on the mediums, we have a few options. In my opinion, the best combination is 6 passives for starters, and the reason I say 6 passives is because we can still use 5, leave 1 open, but later in the game, if we have nothing to spec into on the tree, you can easily go for a 5 chaos damage multi if you wanted to. You don't have to use it, but the option is there. So 6 passives, item level is not so important. My opinion, Wasting Affliction and Circling Oblivion is the best options we have. I don't think there's anything better. Well, there isn't damage-wise. So Circling Oblivion makes sense. It gives us duration of ailments, so our poison lasts longer. It gives us skill effect duration, makes our BV last longer, and damage over time. Common sense, lots of damage, lots of quality of life. Wasting Affliction doesn't look as huge, but it is massive. So we do more damage with our elements, which is nice, but that's not the big part. The big part is this part where it says our elements deal damage 10% faster. This means every bit of poison we apply to the boss or mob or whatever ticks 10% faster, and we can get 2 of these. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. I've changed these here just to show you what we can go for as well. I would definitely go for a Circling Oblivion on both because they do stack, and then I would go for 2 Wasting Afflictions, or the other options are you can go for Hemorrhage, which is just an easy roll. It rolls very often, which is just damage, which is fine. Damage is good. Or Low Tolerance, but I don't recommend Low Tolerance. It gives us clear speed and no single target, and we don't need more clear speed in my opinion. Cool. Now small clusters. For the small clusters, we actually get some really, really nice quality of life nodes, and they give us a lot of life and regen and stuff. So what I've gone for is 3 passives. We want 3 because each node gives us 4% life and the bonuses. So this one gives us a little bit of resists, and it gives us Fettle, which is just a bulk. Like that gives me 230 life, that one node. And the nodes leading up to it give me like 140, 130. So that's really nice. And then the other one I've gone for Surging Vitality, which is just bulk life once again, but it gives us lots of life regen and lots of flat life leading up to it. The other options you can go for is Flow of Life, which gives us a bit of damage and life, but we don't need more damage to be honest. And then after that, when you are rolling these, the small passive also Grant line, just go for what you need. If you want more life, you can actually get flat life on there. If you want more resists, you can get resists on there. Just see whatever, like this one. See, this one gives extra added life per node. Just, you can roll these how you want, but Surging Vitality and Fettle are probably the 2 best ones. They do stack if you want to run 2 of 1. It does not matter. That's completely up to you guys. Other than that, guys, the build can do everything in the game. Let's just swap back. I am very behind this league. I'm just doing my Atlas now, so I'm super far behind, but I have run quite a bit of T16s now with full Delirium. It can absolutely be done. Make sure you get in a good rhythm to pop your BV, keep it at 10 stacks without you standing still in a mob. Make sure you pop your flasks all at the same time. Keep them up as much as off as you can, and save your Vaal BV and obviously your Wither Totems for the bosses. If you time it right, you will burn a boss down before it can hit you. If you have to, just keep running. But that's it from me, guys. I appreciate you guys playing the build. Click that sub button. Come visit the Twitch. I'll be on tonight. Appreciate you all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.